5. July 31st of 2009, there were 3 people walking in Iran. Excuse me, the Iraq area. There were 2 men, Josh and Shannon. They were both 28 years old. There was a woman named Sarah, who's 32. She's a teacher for English. She teaches English in Iraq. There's a borderline between Iraq and Iran that you're not supposed to touch. So the 3 of them were walking on Iraq soil, and another man saw them and asked them to come over to him. So they approached, and he pointed down and said, "This is Iran soil. You're supposed to be walking in Iraq." They didn't see a line, and they were arrested immediately. They were arrested for trespassing. Many people complained that around the world that they should not have been arrested. There was a long court wait. They were in Evin prison. And that prison was just terrible. Later in September of 2010, almost a year later, the woman was allowed to go back to the United States. She was allowed because of health problems. She had a $5,000 fine that she had to pay, and that was it. No one knows who paid the $5,000 bail. It went through another country in Oman. So recently, on February 6th, courts decided that in the Middle East, on Sundays, is a normal day on the weekend and that they're off. The woman was ordered to show to court, but the woman did not go. She was sent paperwork from a lawyer that said you didn't have to show up, but you go to court anyway. The lawyer's name was Ared Shafi. Asked if he can meet the 2 men on the Saturday before the court date to prep for the trial, but he was denied. And he thought, okay, we can just meet a few hours before on Sunday. What happened is on Sunday, he was not allowed to meet with his clients and was not allowed to prep, and he didn't know what he was going to do. So the lawyer thought, well, I'll sit next to them during court and we can discuss then. But instead, they ended up being separated. So the lawyer was not allowed to talk to them at all. On Sunday, the 2 men had discussed a variety of different things, paperwork and how the lawyer read over the paperwork. The court put everything on hold. We felt maybe one more time. Maybe soon they'll check. The lawyer said, well, the 3 of you had done nothing wrong. There was no line drawn, no markers, nothing. So how do we know that you really touched Iran soil? So they looked in deeper into the issue, and they were charged guilty. There was no jail time established. The penalty is usually death. So it's a very serious situation for the 3 of them. And when we figure out what happens, we'll let you know.